Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As we have discussed in the previous video that today we will be talking about the questions that clients mostly ask about Jotform platform, like when we deal the clients through our freelancing platform, then there are different kind of questions. Like there are hundreds of platforms that offer the functionality to create different surveys and all, so the clients ask questions specifically about a platform, and we must know the answer to those questions to win the projects or to give confidence to the clients that we know about the platform and we know what we are doing. So today we will be discussing the mostly question that client get asked. But if there is any question missing or there is something you wanna know about the platform, then just leave a comment below and we will let you know the answer to that. So now the first option is if there are multiple platforms, like when client comes to us, they almost know multiple platform before messaging us or before asking any question. So they have in multiple platform in mind and then they will ask you which platform is best. So you must know which platform is better for the situation and why. Now the question is why, if you offer your client to work on Jotform, the first question they will ask you is why Jotform is better than any other platform that they are willing to work with. So the first option is the first your first answer will be if the client wants advanced CSS, then most of the other platforms like the major platform involving Typeform, Cognito Forms, something like that, they don't offer the CSS functionality. So, which Jotform offers. What is CSS? It is the language to design our forms. So, if the client wants to design more advanced form, then the Jotform will be best option to use among the other options. The second option is if the form that client want involve any payment method, then you must know that the other platform offers only limited option for the payment gateways. Like they only offer the most popular involve like payment, PayPal, credit card, or Stripe. But Jotform offers way more gateways than the other platform. So it has more features and payment methods available. Definitely, the features in the Jotform that they offer are way more than the other platforms. Then the third can be you can perform all the functionalities in free version. Unlike other platforms, they only offer 10 questions in their free plan. Or if you want to use conditions or logics, you can say you have to pay them. Or if you want to use the more advanced calculation features, then again you have to purchase their paid plans. But in Jotform, you can perform unlimited conditions or calculations or number of questions in their free plan. So this is the feature that attracts most of the clients which don't want to pay high prices just for using one or two forms with basic functionality. The next is we can perform complex calculations that involve condition, like if we want to change the value of the field based on the user's answer or something like that. These kind of complex calculation we can perform that with Jotform, but we can't do that with Typeform or Cognito Form or some other platforms. Like we cannot update the field values based on the user answers, but we can do that with the Jotform. So now we can send different emails based on user responses. Most of the platform out there, they only allow us to send a single email. Like we can notify the user that their submission has been received, but in Jotform we can send multiple emails to our users based on their answers. Like if we are taking an assessment and we want to show different results based on the user response and we want to share different emails with them, then we can do that with Jotform. Next is we can show different thank you pages based on user response. Again, like if there are multiple categories that you want your users to divide in different categories and you want to show a customized message for each categories, we can do that. Next is we can customize thank you page using the basic coding skills like HTML and CSS. Now, these are the most popular questions that we get asked as a freelancer. The first is, can we send customized PDF reports to the user via email? The answer is yes. We can send multiple different PDF reports based on the user. We can use the different styling options or different templates for that. The option is we can send them via email or we can make those instantly available to download for the user on the thank you screen. Next question is, can we generate visual reports including charts? Yes. Jotform offers the facility to create different reports based on the user responses. But definitely there are limitations, like the reports will display the charts for the questions like yes or no questions or something like that. Next is, can we approve or decline forms? Like there are some forms for which we need to approve or decline before sending a message to the user or before sending an email. Like if the user submits a form, like if for we are a company that gives loan, then we need to identify if the user qualify for the loan or not. In that cases, if the user qualify, we will send a different email. If they don't, it will send a different email. So these two questions, can we approve or decline forms? Can we have workflows? These are almost similar, it is just the change of words. Workflows also do the same thing, like once the user submits the form, we will review the entries and it is up to us if we want to accept the person or not. The next is, do we need to pay to get it started? Like, does our client need to pay Jotform for us to create the form? The answer is no. At the start, they don't need to pay anything, but at a later stage, if they want the more advanced feature, like if they want to have more form submissions, then they already offer in their free version or something like that, then they can get the paid version. The next is, can we show different results based on answers? Definitely. For the quizzes or for the assessments or for these kind of forms, we can definitely categorize our users into multiple categories and then we can show customized emails, we can show customized PDF, we can show customized results based on their answers. The next is, can we redirect the form to a URL? Definitely, once the user submits the form, it is up to us if we want to display a thank you message or if we want to redirect them on an external thank you page. Now, the next question is, can we pass form data from one form to another? This is the most complex question, like if we are able to, if there are two forms which are related in some way and we don't want the user to repeat the information, so if they have filled the information on one form, then can we pass that information to an other form? The answer is yes, but again there are restrictions. What kind of restrictions? We can pass the form data if the form is if the forms are linked, like the user who is submitting the first form will immediately submit the second form, because we can pass data from one form to another through URL, so that URL needs to be related. So the one option is, if the user submits the first form and it goes directly to the second form through the URL, then the information from the first form will be pre-populated on the second form. But if that's not the case, like user submits the first form and then at a later stage they need to submit the second form, then what we can do is we can send the customized link through email. So to get the pre-populated data, if they need to click on the link that we sent through the email. So once they click on the link from the email, the information will be pre-populated on the form. So for this question, there are two options. One, the form needs to be related, like the second form needs to be the first form needs to be redirected immediately to the second form so that the information from the first form can be pre-populated on the second form. What is the second option? User submits the first form. We create the customized URL to pre-populate the second form and then send that URL to the user through an email. And then once the user click on the link from the email, then they will be able to see the results. The next question can be, can we save Jotform data to a database like SQL? Like for sensitive data, most of the clients prefer to save their data on their own server rather than on Jotform. Like they want to keep it safe. So yes, we can definitely store our data from Jotform to the database. The next is, can we use a custom domain to access forms? Like in Jotform, if we create a form, it will start with jotform.com slash some random numbers. It is the URL of the most basic forms. But if the client wants to use a custom domain, like they want to add their company name and then the form name, in that case, yes, they can do that, but that is not free. For this purpose, they need their enterprise plan. Like they need to pay for the enterprise plan and then they will be able to get their custom domain. Can we show one question at a time? Yes. Can we show multiple questions at a time? Yes. Can we save the form and continue later? Like if the form is lengthy, like it has 100 questions or 200 questions, and sometimes the user gets tired and they don't want to fill all those lengthy surveys, then what we can do in that case, we can give the facility for the user to save their form and continue later whenever they want. And then yes, Jotform allows the facility to save and continue their form at later stage. The next is, can we perform third-party integrations? Now, some of you must have been not familiar with the integrations. What are the integrations? These are integration basically means to connect one platform with another platform, like to connect Jotform with the Google Sheets or to connect Jotform with the Word. So these are the integrations, or to connect Jotform with Gmail or Google Drive or Dropbox. So integration basically means to connect one platform with another platform, and definitely Jotform allows multiple integration with almost all the most popular platform to send the data from Jotform to your different third party account. So these are all the popular questions that were asked. Now there are few questions like what we can do with Jotform in their free version. Well, we cannot send more than 3 emails based on the user response. Like, where was the question? Yes. Can we send customized PDF reports via email? Yes. The answer to this question is yes. But if we want to send more than 3 results, like if we are categorizing our users in 5 or 6 or 10 categories, then definitely we can do that. But not in free version. We need an upgrade for that. So this is what we can do with Jotform. Like we cannot send in free version multiple emails. Now there are other different things that we can't do. So as we will move ahead with our platform, then we will see what we can't specifically do in the Jotform platform. So thank you for watching. Make sure and subscribe to the channel for more.